Hello, good afternoon. Two MPs have cancelled all public engagements after taking part in a central London conference where one attendee was diagnosed with the coronavirus illness COVID-19. Labour MPs Alex Sobel and Lillian Greenwood were part of the UK Bus Summit at Westminster's QE2 Centre last week, along with more than 200 others. Well, let's speak to Labour MP Alex Sobel now. Hello to you, Alex. So just tell us, you were at the conference 8 days ago, is it now? And when did you learn that there may be a potential risk to you?
I actually only learned this morning when a journalist tweeted it out and then rang our office. So I only found out through the media rather than through the event. And I think that's because I wasn't registered directly at the event. I was at a side event on a bus outside the conference. And so my name wasn't on the list of attendees.
So you were on a bus outside the conference, but you have now been in touch with Public Health England. And what have they told you?
I think that they gave the advice that I should take reasonable precautions. And so we thought about what those would be. And because I'm an MP, so for instance, right now I should be at surgeries with constituents, we thought a reasonable precaution would be to self-isolate. So I'm taking reasonable measures to isolate myself until next Wednesday evening.
And what do those measures entail, Alex?
Well, I'm not in contact with anybody new. I'm just at the moment I'm still at the office. It all sort of blew up this morning, and I'm in the end meeting room of the office, away from everybody else. And once I've finished all these media interviews, I'll be going home, and then I'll be isolating myself in my home office, and I won't be intending to leave the house until next Wednesday.
Right, OK. And that's because the 14-day period of advised self-isolation has already actually begun.
Yes, we're 8 days into that period already, yeah.
So you're sort of isolating yourself in your office. You're going to do it at home. Have you got any plans for how you're going to keep yourself occupied and entertained until next Wednesday, shut up at home? I suppose the weather at least means you won't be missing out on being outdoors.
Well, I mean, exactly. I've actually, got a pile of things to do, like most MPs have got to do, things to read, things to write, Netflix to watch. So, I'm sure I'll be fine. I might just get a little bit stir crazy, but that's obviously much more important that I isolate myself in case I'm a risk than, being a bit bored or being a little bit stir crazy is a minor inconvenience.
And for anyone else who was attending the conference, fears they may have had some contact with this coronavirus case, just remind us what it is, the advice that you've been given and the advice that people should be following.
I think the advice that we've been given is, as long as you feel well, then that you can carry on as normal. I think because myself and Lillian and other MPs are public figures who come into contact with a lot of people, and obviously it's been out in the media that we took this additional precaution. So I'm not showing any symptoms. I'm fine. I've got no fever. I've got no flu-like symptoms. I've got no respiratory issues. But as the evidence has shown that you could present up to 14 days, I've taken these measures. What I really hope is, because we're really at the early stage of this in the UK, is the government do properly put the resource into public health, properly put resources into tracking people. So if somebody does present with a case, that everybody gets the information very quickly in the best possible way, which hasn't quite happened in this case because I found out through the media. So I do think there needs to be a stepping up of the resource and support for this, because it has got the potential, obviously, to become a pandemic. So the government really needs to have absolute and utter focus on this because of public concerns.
OK, Alex Sobel, thanks very much indeed for talking to us.